Anyone there? Is it just me? Is it just me? Having technical difficulties here today again. Oh. I'm just going to try and load YouTube on my laptop and see if we can get this started. Oh, I think I've got some people in. I'm not too sure what's going on with YouTube today, so apologies. Okay, I think I'm in. I think it's working. Oh, dearie me. I should have started at 9:30, Georgia. 7:30, sorry. But for some reason it said that there's an error loading live broadcast, so I'm not too sure what the problem is, but I'm here. I'm in. Hi, Mum. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so that didn't start off very well. So I'm back after the last live video where we caught up to day number 8. We got up to day number 8. So we're continuing from day 9 onwards. You're watching Elf. You can turn that off. No, it wasn't YouTube that delayed you. YouTube was saying there's an error with the live broadcast, so I don't know what was going on, but I'm here. So yeah, we finished off with day 8, and then I'm going to start on day 9 now. Let me know if you can see everything okay, or if you need me to move anything, if there's any glare anywhere. So day 9 for me. What was day 9? Day 9 was... Oh, day 9 was the last day that I actually filmed. And day 9 we went out for... We had James's cousins come down from... Oh, craft a lunch already. James's cousins come down from Northamptonshire. And we went out for a lovely little walk in the freezing cold. Hi, Natalie. We took some photographs there. This is probably one of the funniest photographs that we've done. So this is James holding my little dog Treacle up as if she was Simba. We went up to this hill where they've got like a rock thing up there, and we thought it was a plaque for some reason, but it wasn't. It was just a random rock. So we had a walk up there, and yeah, just had a lovely day. So I'm just going to trim these down. So I printed these on 3x4, on one 4x6, and then these are 3x4 photos. And I just used the Project Life app to collage the two. And then that photograph there actually belongs to the next day. Simba, yeah, she loved it. So having a look through my album a little while ago, and I couldn't figure out how I was going to fix this. So this effectively was day 8 for these photos, and then day 9, which is overleaf, day 9 originally was meant to be us wrapping presents, but that did not happen on that day, and I still haven't wrapped the presents, so I'm going to have to move that into another day for wrapping presents. Equally, this card here, which is the presents one, I don't know whether... No, I might just leave it actually. I think I was concerned because I was going to use this card actually as the day that I wrap presents. So I'm going to move that out. So this is how I show you that it's all movable. So although I've placed it in there, that was my original plan for day 9. That didn't happen. Our plans changed. And I could just move that out and move it to wherever I want. So this is going to leave me with this. Now, I needed extra space to add in more photos and a bit of journaling I wanted to do for this day. However, I don't have enough space here. Now, I could add in another page protector. What I also could equally do is I could do flip-ups, which I'm going to do on some of these. I could do flip-ups. But I thought what I'll do is I'll actually use the whole page protector front and back for day 9. So how I'm going to go about doing that is, first of all, I need to find a new home. This is the journaling tag for day 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down. Actually, I might not need to trim it down. So I'm going to pop it the other way actually. No, that's fine actually. That's not sticking out too much. Actually, I might just trim it down a tad. Oops. Oh man. Okay. So I've trimmed down just the bottom edge off of this. So when I pop it in between these two photos, then it's not going to poke out the top too much, but you can see that there's a tag there. So that is where my journaling is going to go. I haven't added the journaling yet. I haven't actually filled in the journaling from the other days. I will do that. But that's just going to give me my little tuck spot for my tag to go. What I will do is I'm going to pop some tape down in between these two photos so they actually stay together. So otherwise what will happen is potentially the tag might end up getting knocked over on its side. So I'm just going to pull these out of the album and I'm just going to fix this first of all. Oh, everything's going to fall out. Just lean the album back. So how's everyone getting on with their December daily? I am so interested to find out if you're up to date, if you're scrapping along with me this evening, if you're using this as an opportunity to catch up. Let me know how you're getting on. I'm really interested to know. What I might do is I might have this tag on the right hand side actually. So if this tag is going to fit in here, naturally that is going to stay at the edge anyway because of the sealed pocket. So all I'm going to want to do is just tape it to the right hand side. Just there, and that's just going to hold those two photos together, and that's going to give me my pocket, and I think I might tape this other edge as well. You need to catch up. You have Friday onwards to do, but no photos for yesterday. So actually, Georgia, you're doing quite well. If you've only got from Friday onwards, I haven't done any since I last came on and scrapped, but I've done that for this reason, because I wanted to do these videos live to show you, and also to give people a kick up the backside to get theirs done at the same time that I do mine. So if you're one of those people, then you better get your album out and get scrapping. Consider yourself told off. I've got to do this because otherwise I'm just going to end up running into January, that's going to become July, which is going to become next November, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to keep up with the live videos so I get it all completed. So there we are. So I've taped down that side, so that enables me just to pull that tag in and out, and then my journaling will go on the back. So I'm just going to pop that into the album. Now what I also thought, one other thing actually I did, so as I've said before, my anniversary is on the 1st of December, so I thought this is a great place for me to be able to store my the cards from between me and my husband. So I'm just going to punch those and pop those in to this album as well, but I'm going to do that at the end, or I might add a pocket into the back to add them in. So one of the problems that I came across with this was the fact that I've got this day 8 sat in here, and really this number belongs over here, but I couldn't really figure out a place to put it. I could punch it and just stick it in the album, but what I thought a good idea, because it reads 8 reads the same way whichever way you're looking at it, is to attach it onto the bottom of this little 4x6. So if you have it that way, that's day 8, and if you have it that way, that's equally day 8. And I thought the easiest way to do that is just to use my tiny attacher just to staple it on. So I'm probably going to staple front through to the back, but as I said, whichever way you look at it, it's going to read 8. So I thought that was a little bit of a genius idea, but we'll see how I get on. So I'm just going to push that photograph all the way down into the album, because I'm probably going to have to staple through it. Because this is not going to go, I'm probably going to have to, if I go through the middle of the 8, okay, and I want this to be as straight as possible. Okay, and then another one in the other other side. So I have that number 8 just sort of floating on that page. So as I said, whether I have it that side or I flip it over, that's not technically straight, but I'll try and fix that. Then I've got it says the number 8 regardless. And I know it's a little bit flimsy, but that's why I've stapled it in there to help keep it as it is. I might do something with the 8. I'm not sure yet at the moment, but I think that looks good. And then that's going to free up the space in here for my number 9. So my number 9 is actually on the reverse of this card. So all I'm going to do, if you didn't see what I did with these, this is just a lamination sheet, and I've just sprinkled some glitter in and chucked it through the laminator, and you've got this lovely little glittery acetate. So I'm just going to flip the number 9 over, and this is going to be my day number 9. So we have a photograph of all of us out walking. I'm just going to slip that in the pocket. I'm not sure whether I'm going to add, might need to take a little bit off of that. I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything else to this just yet. What are you at, Suzanne? Suzanne, should I say? Also no photos for yesterday. You'll sort something out later. About 2 days behind in journaling on your pages. Adding a few. See, I wouldn't say that's behind if you're that far up to date and you're only 2 days behind. So what are you on Friday? You're not doing too badly. So I'm just going to slip that in the pocket. Now, what I probably want to do is, because I've got this space here, I'm probably going to use that for journaling. On the reverse of this side, I've got this pocket. So I chose 2 photographs, one with my small dog being handled like Simba, and then one with my big dog Bella, whose ears were flapping in the wind because it was mighty breezy when we went out for a walk. So as I've said before, I'm probably not going to add the journaling on live on YouTube because that's boring. So I'm just going to show you my embellishing part, and then at the end I am going to do a full-on flip through, so you will get to see exactly what I've journaled throughout the album. So I'm just going to pop these in here and know where they're going to be placed then, and then I'm just going to come back. Now, most of the work's already done for me because obviously I've already done my DIY filler cards for these, but I'm going to add in a few things. So this photograph here, I've got a natural space up here to be able to add something in. So I'm just going to grab my tray of embellishments, and I think something from the Snow and Cocoa collection might do this one, because as I said, it was absolutely freezing when we went out for a walk. So I'm going to... Hi Emma! Yay! Finally managed to catch me live. Awesome. So I'm just going to have a look through my wads of ephemera, and I'm just going to see if there's anything that catches my eye that's going to work perfectly in that space. So I'm probably not looking for a specific size or shape, should I say, but something, and not acetate either, but something that's going to, the wonders of winter. That would work perfectly because I've got so much pink going on this page already. That is going to work. But I'm probably going to have to just make those banner pieces a little bit smaller. And that should work in that pocket quite well. So I'm just going to make those a little bit smaller. I'm just using the guide of what's already there to cut these. And then I'm just going to add that on. Yeah, I like that. So I'll just do that with, I'm just going to use some double-sided tape. If you find double-sided tape too thick, I have got some thinner stuff somewhere, but by the time I find it, it's just easier just to cut a strip in half. Oops. So is everybody ready for Christmas now? Oh, I'm just tapping away on my keyboard, so I'm sorry if I've left any random messages. It's 8:53 AM Monday and you're expecting 28 degrees today. Are you in Australia, Susan? I presume you are. I know you've had some colder weather the last, well, I say colder weather. I know you've had it between 20 and 25, I think, the last couple of days. And it's sort of going back up again. But so the wonders of winter, and then I'm going to leave that space there for my journaling. And I don't need to do anything else because these are already pre-done. So because they're in the pockets ready, I can move on to these photographs. So I'm just going to go back through my ephemera again and see if I've got anything that's going to work. New Zealand, close enough. It does feel like minus 28 degrees here, Georgia, you're right. So I'm just going to go back through my ephemera. I've already used that one. I've had a couple of packs of this, Snow and Cocoa. I had a third pack which I ended up selling because how I ended up with 3 I really don't know. With Love at Christmas. Oh, winter. That winter one. And that covers up the doggy poop bag that's hanging off of James's trousers as well. Might use that. And there's another little tag that says, oh, wonderful winter. Oh, I know I've used this one I think already. It's too big on that. Might do that and then just bring in a couple of tiny word stickers. I'll have a look at the chipboard as well. Can't use anything that says snow at the moment because we haven't had any here. Not yet anyway. Right, okay. Oh, I've got an acetate piece there. Got a little snowman. It's not snowing yet, so I can't use that. Right, so I'm going to just drag that photograph out. And then I'm just going to make myself a bit of room. I'm going to pop that across there to, as I said, to cover up a little bit of the photo. So if you've ever got anything in your photos that you don't particularly want to see, like the doggy poop bags, then you can always use ephemera, stickers, etc. to be able to cover them up. So does this mean you are behind too? Yeah, absolutely. Hi Eileen. I am behind, Emma. The whole my whole reasoning for that is because I didn't want to do the days in between when I came on live. So I was going to come on midweek, but I would have only had like a couple to do, and I thought, oh, it'd be a really quick video. So I thought I would just wait until the weekend to pop on, and then I'll have a batch of days to do. So I didn't want to go ahead and just do it and then show you afterwards what I've done. This little sticker here says it's chilly outside. It was chilly is probably not the word. It was Baltic outside when we went for a walk, so I'm just going to pop that in there. So again, a little piece of ephemera and a sticker across my photo there, and that's done. I'm really sorry you can see all of my plug sockets and all sorts. I didn't get the best camera angle today, I don't think, but because of the issue with streaming live, I thought, you know what, it's working, I'm not moving it. So my last one I've got here is just a photograph of Bella with her flappy ears, and what I might do, I don't know if I've got any labels in my kit. Did I put any labels into my kit? Because that would be quite handy right now. Got these little, I've got the little tags, but I don't know if they're, don't know if there's any room to be able to write on them. What I might do is just add on a little tag and then do some typed journaling, just a small amount just to put over the top. So I've got this little round one. And all these colours match. As I said, I'm using the Holly Jolly collection, and I'm also using some bits from Snow and Cocoa and all sorts. So, oh, you're most welcome, Emma. It's fine. I mean, there's the whole reason I'm doing this series is just to boost everyone with this project and try and help keep you up to date, whilst trying to keep myself up to date. I know December gets really busy. I mean, it sort of makes my head spin, the amount of things that I've done so far this December. But equally, there are some quieter days where, what is going on with this? there are some quieter days where I have to sort of really think about the story that I'm going to tell for that day. And yeah, it's much easier doing this live because then I can explain to you my process, what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So I'm just going to leave this little tag, and I have to put twine through it, right? So I'm going to just pop that through, and then when I'm probably going to just get my probably just type up a load of journaling that I want to stick on, and then I'll go back through the album and just add my journaling bits in. Angle Pixies always gets me. Right, so I'm going to add a little bit of tape to stick this on, but I might add a staple or two for embellishment. And equally it might serve as a place for me to be able to just tag that the twine down like so. So I'm just going to give myself, and I quite like having the edge coming off, so I'm just going to trim that. I've got glue on my scissors, they need cleaning. Hi everyone that's joining, do pop in the chat and say hi. The chat should be on the right hand side of your screen. If it is set up correctly, then it should be there. I'm going to say hello. So I'm going to add that in, and I said I'll come back and add my little, it's only a little journaling spot just to say Bella's ears flapping in the wind or whatever I want to say. So that for me is day 9 done. Now I'm going to move on to day 10. So day 10 already had this acetate piece in with the coffee cup. These are from Pretty My Page, and all I did was I cut 2. So I did one on the front and then I backed it so you couldn't see the tape from where I taped it down. So initially I didn't know what to do with this, but this all worked out really well because day 10 I actually put together my hot chocolate station. So I went and bought some Kilner jars from Sainsbury's, some mini marshmallows, some candy canes, loads of hot chocolate, and I set up my own little hot chocolate station. So I have these photographs, and I also have, hi Madeline, I also have this photograph here of the most amazing hot chocolate with cream and marshmallows. So my idea was, so day 10 I didn't want to do anything to this side, but I thought on the back I've got this side and this side. I was thinking of putting a 6x8 photo in, but I didn't want this covering it. I quite like the Merry behind. So what I was going to do is put this photograph behind here. Then you can't see it when this is down, but then you can see my hot chocolate photo. And then with these, I was going to cut them into, I printed them on a 4x6, and they're all 2x2 size, and then have a little concertina of photos that I can pull out. So I'll show you how I'm going to achieve that. I'm just going to move my album out of the way for the minute. So I'm going to work on this because the little 3x4 photo is probably going to be the easiest part to do. It's just these ones that are going to take a little bit of thinking about. So I'm just going to chop these down into... Anybody else got a Fiskars trimmer and the little blade keeps coming out? Does my head in. Right, so I'm going to trim these down to 2x2 size, so they're all the same size. Okay, and then the last two. There we are. So we're going to make this into a concertina. So the easiest way to do that is to get a strip of... Oh, why are those photos slightly different in size? What's going on here? Probably going to have to chop them down with my scissors. I'm not too sure how that's worked out. Is to get a strip of... Anybody seen my scissors? Have them here. Disappeared. Anyone seen them? Am I being stupid? Can you see my scissors anywhere? Oh, I found them. You having to buy new blades all the time. Me too, Emma. It's exactly the same for me. But to be fair, the fact that the blades are so accessible is why I prefer this trimmer. because for instance, if I was to get a Stampin' Up trimmer, then I'd constantly have to be ordering them from a Stampin' Up rep. Equally, if I got a like another brand trimmer, a cheaper trimmer, you can't always get hold of the blades. So at least with the Fiskars one, normally you can go into Hobbycraft or Michael's, wherever you are, or Spotlight if you're in Australia, and get hold of the Fiskars blades. So that's why I actually prefer this trimmer, but it does drive me nuts. So I'm just going to trim these edges down. So what we're going to do now, you did sharpen yours with a nail file. Hi Scrappy Bunny Bev, how are you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of, just a plain piece of cardstock, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to end up with one on that side, and then I'm going to have one here, oops, one here, and then one on the top, and then I might end up having to do something with the back of it, but we'll see. So if I get just a plain piece of, oh, that bit's not going to be long enough, plain piece of cardstock, and then I think I need it to be, how many times out is this going to need to be? 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure this bit's going to be long enough. 4. Yeah, it will be. So if I make it 8 inches, I'm totally winging this, by the way. I don't even know what measurements I need. The whole fun of doing it live though, isn't it? And then 2 inches. Okay. Then, oh, this is a little tip as well. So if you don't have a scoreboard, what you can do. So for instance, I want to use, I need to score this at 2 inches. So I just line it up to 2 using the gully. I'm just going to score it at 2, and I'll move it up to 4. Oops, come on, get in the gully. Score it at 4, and then up to 6, and score it there as well. Oops. There we go. So I'm going to end up with, oh, move this out of the way. Yeah. Hot chocolate bar. I made it at last. So here we go. So I've concertinaed my, this is a 2x8 piece of just a plain piece of white cardstock. That bit is going to be stuck down, so I'm going to end up with a photograph here, a photograph here, 2, and then 3, 4, and then we've got, oh, 5. Yeah, I'm going to end up with one too many spaces. So what I can do is either I can trim it down and just go with a, oh no, I'm not going to put that one in, sorry, because I printed that as a 3x4. So I'm going to cut this edge off, and I don't need it. Okay, so 2x6 is what you need for 5 photos, because one side of it's going to be stuck down. So I'm just going to get some tape. I hope you're following along with this, if that made sense. That makes sense? And then I'm just going to add my tape on just 2 little strips. And I'm just going to line it up. Which photo shall I put down first? I'm going to put my little coffee cup. So these are my new coffee cups. Now you don't want the photograph to sit on the folded edge, because when you go to fold it up it won't fold. So don't panic if your little folded bit, concertina bit, is different size to your photographs. Just trim them down. That's all I'm going to be doing. Okay, and then I'm going to add on my next photo. So again, just a couple of little bits of tape. Georgie, you've gone quiet. Have you gone back to watching the film? We haven't watched Elf yet this year, but it is one of my favourite Christmas films, so I'm saving myself for that one. So there we are. That one fits perfectly in there actually. And then another one. I think I might leave the one of the whole thing at the front. It roped into writing Christmas cards. I haven't done mine yet. But I have got Elf Christmas cards. I bought them from Primark. So that's another job that I need to complete at some stage. Some stage soon as well, right? How late is it? When does it become too late to give a Christmas card out? I haven't gone and bought my special ones yet either. Ones that I buy for family and friends. Keep meaning to. Right, just popping that on there. And giving it a trim. And then this is the last one. Oh no, I did that completely wrong, so I was going to put that one on the front. Never mind, it doesn't matter. That's going to now make it its way onto that one. And then pop this open. As you can see, me and my ATG still aren't on speaking terms. So it's the trusty double-sided tape. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim that down. I'm hoping I'm not taking too much of the photograph off from the other side. No, that's fine. Okay, so we now have a little concertina. Now, what you can do is you can leave it as is, or you can add in some embellishments. Now, I don't want to add in too much because I don't want it to be too thick, but equally I need something to be able to keep this shut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap a little bit of twine around it. I'm just thinking I've left my... James, could you go into the dining room and get the little spool of twine for me, please? I'm just sending my minion off to go and get it for me. You're going to make Christmas cards, Natalie? Are you crazy? Boxing Day's too late. Okay, cool. Oh, right, I'll remember that. So if it gets to Christmas Day and I'm still giving out Christmas cards, that's totally okay. That's fine by me. I don't know, it's in there somewhere. This is what happens. Does anybody else have this problem where you ask, you say, oh, can you go and grab this? And they're completely blind and they can't see it. And if I walk in there and go and get it, it'll be there straight away. That's exactly what's going to happen. Whilst he's messing around trying to find the thing. Oh, look at this little spread love. I love that. Ooh. Is that too much to go over that jar of marshmallows? Now, if I'm going to add a chipboard piece on, it needs to be on the outside one. But I quite like that. But I bet this looks better with this in the middle. Oh, it does. Never mind. So I'm probably going to add that one on there. Oh, did you find it? Perfect, thank you. We've got a little bit left. So yeah, I'm going to add that one on there. So I don't want to add anything to the... Actually, I want to move that off. I'm not going to add anything inside because it's going to make it a problem to be able to close. On the outside, it's fine. That is not going to work, so I need some wet glue. Do you think I can find my wet glue? Okay, this is the battle that I'm going to have with glossy accents. Next time you do a December daily, you'll buy an album that has more than 2 rings in the album, and you'll find the 4x4 pocket's a bit of a challenge. Because you bought an 8x8 album. Ah, okay. Yeah. I do like the 6x8 size. The Ali Edwards albums are, they've got the 6 rings, and the Simple Stories ones are 6 rings as well. And then the little 4, you can use the 4x4 pockets, but I'm not a huge fan of that size, to be honest. I do like the oblong 6x8 format for this project. And I've just stabbed my glossy accents bottle. I'm just going to see if I can get it working. Oh, I've just split the whole bottle. Never mind. This is another thing that I have a love-hate relationship with. My glossy accents. Oh, there we go. I think this is going to be no good after today. It's great for chipboard, but yeah, the thing. Does anybody else get really bad clogging issues with it? It does my head in. I put a little nozzle on the top and doesn't do anything. Okay, so whilst that's drying, I'm just going to add some tape. I'm going to add quite a bit of tape onto the back actually, I think. Because I want it to be able to stick to the coffee cup whilst also holding the twine in place as well. No, you can't see it. If it's in front of their eyes, they can't see it. Glad it's not just me. Oh, thanks, Natalie. That'll be great. I'll PM you my address, and I'll look forward to receiving my card. Right. Just going to pull all of these in, and then get that off my finger. I'm probably just going to use all of this twine because I don't know how much I'm going to need, and it's great. Look, I've used a whole spool of it. Okay. So I'm just going to place that roughly in the middle, because this is where my photos will concertina out from. Actually, what I might do is, whilst I've got this open, is I might just add some glossy accents as well. Why not? Just going to make it nice and sticky, and it's going to hold that twine down as well. So pop that. Pop that in the middle there. Is that nice and straight? Right, let's give that some drying time, and I'm going to come back to that one. Carry on working on the next one. So as I said, day 10 is the backing for this one. So what I want to do is this will sit over here like this, and I want my photograph underneath to be hidden. So I'm just going to move it around until it is hidden. Oops, I need to move it up a bit, that's why. Okay, there is perfect. So basically above this line here, keep my eye on that, where it's going to go. So I think it goes here. Oh, there's me saying I'm just going to leave it there to dry. Okay. Oh. Ugh. It's not my day. Okay, I think that's going to go there. I'm just going to put some tape down. If I don't get it quite straight, I'm not going to worry about it. Glossy accents. So tap the bottle in your desk 7 times. Yeah, I've tried that, and it just never does anything for me. Never ever. Just drives me absolutely nuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it there and line it up, and I know roughly. Oh, I know roughly that is the place that it needs to go. I'm hoping. Don't commit to this and it's in the wrong place. Oops. It needs to move over a little bit. Oh, goodness me. Okay, right there. Anyone hear me holding my breath then? Right, so this side. So this will now enable me to be able to tie up this little concertina bit. I'm just going to tie it up so I can see how much string I actually need. Okay, and then I can cut off the excess. That's probably a bigger bow than I wanted it to be. So this is a great way to be able to add in those extra photos that aren't necessarily in a pocket, and they become then interactive. So I'm just going to add, I'll have a look at my little stickers. I'm doing really well with this sheet. What have we got? Hot cocoa and fuzzy socks, hot cocoa, wintertime fun. So I'm just going to keep the embellishment on these ones to a minimum, just purely because I don't want to bulk out this, because it's already quite sort of bulky there. And then I'm just going to add in this wintertime fun sticker as well. I'm determined to use up all of those snow and cocoa stickers. It's going to happen. Okay. And then I have another sheet of them to use. Which, oh, I don't know where I end up getting double supplies. Okay, so I'm just going to do that up now. And I'm calling that little concertina thing, doodah, done. Okay. So this should now, if I line this up, this should roughly, yeah, roughly covers my photo. I don't think, I'm not going to mess around with it anymore. That's it, it's done. So I'm just going to put that acetate piece in the album ready, and then I'm going to work on this bit. Now I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Again, I'm just going to get my oh, I've got this lovely washi tape. Actually, this came from this is actually from one of the Ali Edwards kits from 2016. So I might just add on a bit of this star washi at the top. And it looks like he's actually holding that photograph in place. Okay, what I can do is I'm going to add in a couple of staples as well. Oh man, the photograph's too far down. Right. There was a little trick for it, but I can't be bothered this very minute to do it. So I'm going to find something else that might work. Let me see what else I've got. Let me see. I've got, let's grab some chipboard. Let's see what chipboard pieces I've got. Have a magical Christmas. Or have I got a coffee cup? I've got a reindeer. A branch. Ho ho ho, happy Christmas. Oh, joy. Yes, indeed. Pure joy. Right, I'm using the word joy on this one. I don't think I've got any chipboard cups. I think I used them. I had one, I think, and I think I used it. So I'm going to use this word joy. Place that there. Glossy accents again, I think. Just put it open, and I'm going to pop it in the bin after this because it's not going to be any good to me now. I've split the lid. Okay. Add some of this on. Not too much as well, because if you put too much on, it just goes everywhere, and then it makes your area all sticky and horrible. You can see it makes it all shiny, which I've probably just done to my photo with dropping my chipboard piece. Okay, and then maybe a couple of little tiny word stickers from my friend Tim Holtz. He's not actually my friend, I can't really claim that, but let's just pretend for now. Let's see, what have we got? Oh, I like this one. I'm thankful for you. I think these were designed for Thanksgiving, this one. But for me, I am thankful for hot chocolate. And I'll add anything else into this one. Maybe a little puffy sticker. Have I got a... No, I don't have any more coffee cups left. I knew this was going to be my struggle. Well, I think I'm going to just go with that. If I find another coffee cup, I can always go back and add it in. Don't really got anything on here. Snow. Oh, cocoa. Word cocoa. Let's see if we can add in cocoa. I am thankful for you. Although we don't massively call it cocoa here, we call it hot chocolate, but it's the same thing. And I'll get that sticker used up. There we go. That's not even central, is it? But I'm not worrying too much about it. And I can move this. Oh no, I'm just going to leave it. That's fine. Let my perfectionism go. Okay, so day 10 is done with the help of my acetate that was already pre-done. I've added on a concertina of photographs on the back, and then that is going to cover up that coffee cup, so you still just see the merry bits underneath the acetate. So on to the back, day 11. Again, this was already pre-done. I have a little post-it note here to tell me day 11, and that's where I needed to put the photograph. Merry Christmas, Susan. And oh, thanks, Georgia. I'll wait to receive that. And so we then did. I'm just going to move my little post-it notes I don't need anymore. What did we do? Oh yeah, day 11. So I took this photograph of. I made paper stockings with my Cricut for all the girls on my team in the office. So I printed this, just very simple, in a 4x6 size, and I've got that space right up there. But excuse me, I've got the hiccups. What I want to do is I do want to trim this down slightly. I'm not too keen on the fact that I've got the air conditioning unit in the photo, so I'm going to try and take the photograph down just so it's cutting that bit out, because who needs to see that, right? So I have this little photograph here that's going to give me a space up here that I'm going to add a title into, and I think I'm going to go with some flat alphas. So I pulled some mini alphas out already for my kit. Not those. What have we got here? Ones that are going to work. Got some little green ones that I'm going to work on this. I've got some red ones actually that might complement this very nicely, so I'm going to use those ones. And I'm going to stick my photograph down first, and then I'll see where that leaves me the room to add a title, because I don't particularly want to add journaling onto this, because it's just going to take up another spot that I don't really have. And so I'm just going to let the title do the job for me on that one. So, oh, no, don't stick, don't stick. Oh no, it's all ripping. It's okay, I can fix it. It's okay. It's okay. Right. So I just want to get this lined up nice and straight. Got a little bit of a tear there, but I'm not going to be worried about that. I could put this little green piece that says Glad Tidings, and that will just cover that up nicely. And we'll see what happens there. See how much room I've got. So I'm probably going to call this work stockings. And if I forget what that means in many years to come, then it's not like it's a really important story to tell. I mean, you can clearly see what they are, and if I put work stockings, then hopefully I'll remember. I'm just going to add these little flat alphas. These are from Simple Stories, and they're great to be able to add in. Especially because it won't then bulk the album out with using thickers or anything. I'm trying not to use thickers in this, apart from the number stickers. Work stockings ST. You're Iron Man. Yeah, but I'm Iron Man. Yes, Emma, but I can't say my husband can see me, so he's muttering something in there. 100% agree. Right. Work. Come on. The only title that I'm ever going to use 2 Ks at the same time. Actually, be interested to know something. There was someone left a post on Scrapaholics Anonymous earlier on, or yesterday, I can't remember when it was, and she commented on there saying that she doesn't like YouTubers saying what the products are called and where products are from. So I'd be really interested in getting some feedback on that point, because I know that I quite often say where, you know, who the manufacturer and where I got it from, because I quite often get asked where I've got things from, but with having someone commenting saying they don't really want to hear that sort of thing, and I think they even went to say that if it gets mentioned that they give a thumbs down on the video. So yeah, any sort of feedback on or your 2 pence worth on that. Yeah, I get that, Georgia. Always want to know where to buy the products. I don't know what the whole point of the conversation was, but I don't know, it made me think, is that something that's if that's something that people do genuinely get annoyed at. Me, I find it nothing worse than if I'm watching a video and then I think who makes that, or, you know, where can I buy it, then I think I'd want to know. Oh, I missed off an S. But work stocking. Plural stockings. Right. There we go. That's what I'm going with on that one. So that one's nice and complete. All I've done is just pop that chipboard sticker on. That's going to cover up the error that I made. So I'm just going to pop that into the pocket. And that is day 10 and day 11 done. Squeeze back in there. Not too sure why it's not going back in well. There we go. And I would definitely suggest, if you're using these Simple Stories alphas, they're great. They're a nice size, nice font, but they do peel off easily if you don't have them in a pocket. So definitely get them into a page protector. Okay. Exactly, Kathleen. Yeah, if you know the name of the product, then you can go and find it. Exactly. Right. So that was day 10, day 11. On to day 12. So we're going to have some really quick, simple ones here to do. So day 12 for me was my works Christmas lunch thing. So I took a photograph of my meal, and I also took a photograph. We did, me and my colleague actually did some extra bits for the table as well. So I made little gift bags using my Cricut, and then we just filled them with candy canes, and I did like some table conversation starters, and also the restaurant actually provided the hats for us as well. So I've got these, but I do want a space for my journaling. So this card here, I don't think it's going to work. It's got the house on and it says beautiful and bright. So that's more for around the house photographs. So what I might do is I might actually switch it out for another card. I've got this one here that I've done already, which is the Christmas Traditions one. I'm just going to have a look at the others that I've made. Oh, I like this Merry Christmas one. So I'm going to pull this card out because it's not quite working with the theme for the page. And I'm just seeing if there's any others that I want to use. Nope, nope, nope. I quite like my little 3x4 one. That's going to give me, actually I could then use my photos, and actually it might be a good shout. So what I was going to do is I was going to do a flip up. So I was going to just do 2 photographs in one pocket. Simple way to do that, I'm going to show you, but I'm not actually going to do it on this. The simplest way to do that is to pop one on top of the other, and then pop washi tape so it goes on the front of this or on the back of this, either or. And then when you pop that in the pocket, you end up with a flip like that. But because I'm going to put this in instead, this is going to give me my space to add my journaling in. So that's going to be perfect for, oh, I just bent it. Great. That's going to be perfect to add in here. The only problem is this is a little bit tight to go in this pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors to it. It's only a chipboard frame, so I'm just going to chop into it a little bit, and then I'm just going to add that in again because these are already pre-done, apart from the journaling. That's nice and simple for this day. So I've got the photograph here, so I'm just going to take my little note out. So I left myself a note saying day 12 photo, and I'll take day 13 out as well because I'm doing that anyway. So my little photograph of my food, and then my photograph of the decorated table. So where are those stickers that I'm trying to use up? These ones. Let's see if there's anything here. Oh dear, keep warm. Snow, merry, merry. A lot of them now have got something about snow on. Let's have a look at the Tim Holtz, my friend ones. Oh, we wish you a Merry Christmas. I quite like that. So I'm going to add that right into the middle, or 2/3 of the way down actually. And that's going to complete that photo. I'm not going to do anything else to it. I've already got an embellishment going on. I've got my number, and I've got this wood button that's on the outside of the pocket, and then we've got the frame and the decoration. So we've already got quite a lot going on this page already. And I think I might just leave the food photo alone, because there's not really anything else that I want to add on. I don't think I've got any sort of food Unless I've got anything on here. Merry Christmas. No peeking. No, I think I'm going to leave it because I think you can go too much. So by the time I've added the journaling on, this page is going to be fairly busy as it is. So, as I said, day 12, nice and easy because I've got the journaling card in there, and then I've got this pre-made frame that I've just slotted straight in. So we're going to move on to day 13. Now this worked out perfectly because day 13, I went to, we tried to have some festive fun. So all the girls on my team went for a trip down to Costa for a Christmas hot chocolate or a Christmas coffee, whatever you chose. And also, if you haven't seen, they're doing, and if you're in the UK, I'm not too sure where Costa is globally, but they're doing this pigs in blankets mac and cheese, and oh my god, it's just as good as it sounds. So on this day, actually, I'd already had these cards in here. So oh, hang on, we've got issues, have we? Let's see if we can fix this. You can still hear me, but I've frozen. Okay, let me see if I can do anything.